right, good evening. And at this time, I will direct the floor and give it to Dr. Sue to administer the oath of office.
Thank you so much. And Gustavo, I think we need our mics up just a little bit. And let's see. Much better. All right. And so if I might please have Director Miles, Director Weston, and Director Zershmi please come to the front and bring your mics with you. Have mics for administer oath. Please have you here.
Clerical order?
Doesn't have to be, not at all, wherever you're comfortable. Yeah. All right, well, it's always a pleasure for me to be able to administer the oath of office to our returning and newest board members. And so with that, I will administer the oath and ask that when we get to the section with your name that you simply state your name, and then we will continue. So with that, please state your name.
I, Jill Zershmead.
Crystal Weston.
Kristen Miles.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of Oregon.
And the Constitution of the State of Oregon.
And the laws thereof.
And the laws thereof.
And the policies of the Tigard-Tualatin School District 23J.
And the policies of the School District 23J.
Washington and Clackamas Counties.
Washington and Clackamas Counties.
Oregon.
Oregon.
During my term.
During my term.
I will faithfully.
I will faithfully.
Honestly.
Honestly.
And impartially.
And impartially.
Discharge the responsibilities of the office.
Discharge the responsibilities of the office.
Of Board of Directors member.
Of Board of Directors member.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Congratulations and welcome to the board.
Thank you. Thank you. If I could shake your hand.
Yay.
All right, and with that, I will call this regular board meeting of the Tigard-Tualatin School Board to order at 6:33 p.m. And Dr. Ricky Smith, are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, there are relative to the agenda as we have sworn in the officers. Item number 2, oath of office, has been administered. And so that would leave the board with number 3 action items.
All right, hearing that, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I move to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll second that.
Motion was made by Director Zershmead and seconded by Director Weston. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will move to a plural vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, and with that, we will move to action item A, which is the election of the 23-24 board chair and vice chair. At this time, I would call for any nominations for board chair. Director Jaimes? Vice Chair Jaimes? Yes. Tristan Irvin has been nominated. Is there a second?
Well, does Tristan Irvin want the nomination?
Tristan Irvin would be honored to do that again.
In that case, there's a second.
All right. Motion was made by Vice Chair Jaimes and seconded by Director Zershmead. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I will move to a plural vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. And with that, we will move to a nomination for vice chair. And I would nominate Vice Chair Jaimes.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion made by Director and Vice Chair Jaimes. Would you like to continue in that role? It isn't. Let me double check. All right. So we have a motion made by myself and seconded by Director Weston. Is there any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll move to a oral vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Wonderful. Thank you so much, Vice Chair. And with that, we now move to action item B with Director Moore.
Good evening, Chair Urban and directors of the board. It's my pleasure this evening to present the first resolution of the new year, 2324-01, related to designation of district officers, clerks, agents, and depositories of funds. This is the annual designations the board makes related to a multitude of duties and responsibilities for the next year. And certain appointments are required by Oregon law and others are required by our board policy, BCA, under the board organizational meeting. And I'm not going to go through each and every one of them, but to give you the themes, there's a recommendation to appoint Dr. Ricky Smith as a district clerk and myself as the deputy clerk for the 23-24 fiscal year. And the budget officer is recommended to be me for the same year. And also, and a lot of this hasn't changed, I'll point out one or two items that are different for the current year proposal. But Dr. Ricky Smith and I, as a CFO, are recommended to authorize and execute contracts up to $150,000. Everything beyond that we would bring to the board in accordance with our public contracting rules that the board has approved in the past. One change, former Director Bowman was designated along with the superintendent to be authorized to negotiate and execute real property transactions. The recommendation is to make the new board member Tristan Irvin for that responsibility, or Chair Irvin. And Marcia Chapman, our longtime chair of the Financial Oversight Committee, has agreed to be considered for appointment again in the 23-24 fiscal year. And among other responsibilities under the policy and the law, we have all of the publications that we use for legal publications stated in the resolution, and in addition to our law firms, our audit firm, among others. And also we specify the links to the requirements under the IRS reimbursement rates when it comes to mileage and payment for travel. And we have all of the bank accounts that are used district-wide, both at the district level and school level, for Associated Student Body funds designated in the resolution. I think that about covers it. I know there's probably a few others that are missing, but again, the only change from the prior year is designating Chair Irvin as the board representative to address any real property transactions, which hasn't, in recent years, that hasn't been a requirement. Any questions?
I was going to make a motion. I move that resolution number 2324-01 be hereby adopted as submitted.
Second that.
Motion was made by Director Weston, and seconded by Director Miles. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll move to a choral vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you so much, Director Moore. All right, and Dr. Smith, I believe it's to you and the.
Thank you. In your packets, you will find a proposed school board meeting schedule for the year. Please note that on Monday, the July meeting in 2024, the 8th has been struck, and that it should read July 1st. Second of all, we held 3 dates this year, July 24, 25, 26 for board retreat, and that's for the board to determine which of those days you wish to hold, and then we will put out the final calendar. But I submit this for your review and approval.
And I believe we are at about 90-ish% certain that the July 24th, that Monday date, because I think that works. It's like the only date that works for some of us. And so we're triple checking a couple of calendars, but that looks like the date.
Yeah, that would be my strong preference because I can make neither the 25th nor the 26th. One of the things I love about the fact that we can now do meetings virtually is that even though on the dates that I know I'm going to be out of town later on in the calendar, we can still hold the meeting and I can still come to it. So it makes the whole juggling of the calendar much easier. But those 2 dates I will not be in range of any cell service. So it would be difficult to do a full day conference call.
So I will have a sort of for sure yay or nay on that date. Hopefully tonight is on it. And if that doesn't work for everybody, then we'll look to so pending that particular day, I would entertain a motion to, and you can look at the dates that but you can have any discussion on any of those dates or to adopt.
I just want to check with my fellow board members that there aren't dates that you know you can't make and that you'll be, doing a training or whatever and not be able to make it at all, and we can fudge those around a little bit if necessary.
Would it
Usually
be possible to table it or make a motion to?
You can make a motion for whatever you want, but normally tabling the calendar is not a good idea. Because if we don't have a calendar, we can't hold our next meeting.
Oh, I'm talking about the board retreat dates.
Yeah, so that I said. So I said we could make a motion knowing that that particular date on the calendar might change, but we can make a motion to approve the rest of it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions, Vice Chair? I move that the Tigard-Tualatin School District Board of Directors adopt the calendar that sets 6:30 p.m. on typically the second and fourth Monday evening of each month for regular board meetings as presented, and further that we tentatively agree that Monday, July 24th will be our board retreat at 8 a.m. pending last minute details to be determined.
Motion made by Director Zerschmidt and seconded by Vice Chair Jaimes. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll move to a choral vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, and we are back with Director Moore.
So just to remind everyone, the district has an agreement with Tigard-Tualatin Aquatic District for a lease on the two pool facilities at each high school campus, and both facilities are in need of some roofing work, and we want to get this approved by the board as soon as possible because we will have some lead time on ordering and receiving the materials. Likely this will be a fall project from what I understand. And the work at the Tigard location is a little more significant. For one, the HVAC unit is rooftop, so and is in need of replacement also, whereas the Tualatin facility, the unit is inside the building. So under the agreement between the two agencies, the district is responsible for the building envelope for the most part, meaning roofing, siding, anything on the outside, whereas the aquatic district is responsible for the pool system inside the facility. So what we've done is accessed a cooperative agreement between the Intermountain ESD and Weatherproofing Technologies, Inc. For the bid pricing, and bids were solicited from those that are authorized to install the Tremco product, roofing products. That's the district standard. And so we received 4 bids, and we're recommending a contract be awarded for the work on both facilities to Anderson Roofing for a total of $794,170. And this does not include the cost for the HVAC unit. We'll be purchasing that separately through another cooperative, and be happy to answer any questions.
So I have 2 questions. I'm a little concerned at the bids, the wide range of the numbers we're seeing. The low bid for the Tigard High is half of what the high bid was, and at Tualatin, the low bid is a third of what the high bid is. Could you address that a little bit as to why there's such disparity? And second question, which will tie, I'm sure, right into it, is have we worked with Anderson Roofing before?
We've worked with Anderson, and we did follow up with them related to their bids. I know one issue is related to them having excess product on hand, so it enabled us to access a bid that maybe didn't have all the product included. And both facilities we reached out on. That's an example, one of the reasons that they gave for the lower bid. But between our staff, Kevin Montag and Director Bernard, and the roofing consultant that we use, they were satisfied that they were going to be able to do the job at the bids provided. Good question.
One other quick question. When you replace the HVAC units, is that going to also come out of the construction excise tax dollars, or is that going to be from a different funding source?
Right now, the plan is for all of it to come out of the construction excise tax. We didn't take have this project on the bond list either as an initial project or an added project.
So after, if we approve this tonight, what would the approximate balance of our construction excise tax fund be?
Probably in excess of $7 million. I think there's about $8 million in there now. We haven't even received the last quarter from the various jurisdictions. We'll probably have dollars coming in over the summer from all the permits that were issued by the different counties and cities over the last quarter of the year.
But we'd still have a comfortable cushion with which to buy the HVAC systems that we'll need. Thank you.
Any other questions? Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion.
I move to approve the award of a contract through a cooperative agreement to Anderson Roofing Company Incorporated for the Tigard-Tualatin Swim Setters roofing upgrades and restoration projects in the amount of $794,170.
I'll make a second.
Motion was made by Director Zerschmied and seconded by Director Weston. Is there any additional discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I'll move to a choral vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you so much, Director Moore. All right. What is time? With that, I will adjourn the meeting at 6:51 p.m. Oh, no, I will not, because we have a birthday to...
It's not on the agenda.
So, fine, I'll adjourn really quick. Okay. Meeting adjourned at 6:52 p.m. We also have to celebrate Director Zerschmied's birthday, which was yesterday. And we have a lovely